As we speak about African unity, it is safe to say that we are not the first generation to acknowledge the need for a united Africa. But we are the generation that is suffering most for lack of unity. The situation we find ourselves today began during the days of our forefathers, who began to speak about the need to unite Africa. Marcus Garvey spoke about it extensively. Kwame Nkrumah did it more practically within the domestic Africa. But despite that, there had been some social problems that has been working against Africa by Africans themselves. And this maybe it's related to the area of psychology or the evolution of the mind, as you may say. There are three levels of mind, three categories of mind of human being that are found everywhere. There are the low level, there are the great minds who, while living today, are very much aware that the life did not start from their time and is not going to end in their time. And they are always looking forward to what the future will be, like anticipating what next for the future. Sometimes they see it with clarity, sometimes not, but at least they are aware that life is growing. These are the people I describe here as the advanced mind. And then we have the medium mind, who only knows what is existing in their time. Their own is here and now. They don't think into the future, and they don't even respect the history or think into the past. And then we have the low-level mind, which I can describe the fools, who cannot even comprehend that the world is changing. They are still seeing the past as a future that is yet to come. Not those type of people. You don't associate yourself with those people because they will set your mind backward. Those people, don't make mistake by thinking that those people are people who are not educated. They are found even among the most so-called educated people, among the intellectuals, even presidents, ministers. They are there. That's why I'm telling you that human being is not about the position you occupy in the society. You can even be a king, but the mind is working stupidly. You can't look into the future. Those people, we've seen them here. They have been very important in the evil spirit that is disturbing the socio-cultural harmonization of our people, using whatever means to serve as their reason. And the colonial masters took advantage of that and used it against us extensively by identifying those minds that are thinking backward and capturing them, use them to trouble us. We see what is going on in Africa. It started in Ghana here, immediately after independence. Kwame Nkrumah was the worst enemy of the Western world in Africa because of his intelligence and the zeal he demonstrated to see the betterment of Africa. Immediately after removing him from coup, they began to destabilize Ghana and began to destabilize all beautiful relationships that Nkrumah had created in Africa. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah created harmony in Ghana, and they wanted to extend it to Africa. But immediately after, he was removed by coup, by those who think they know better in Ghana. The next thing was to damage his legacies. And then we begin to make ourselves to see each other as the problem. The first thing they did here in Africa was to begin to chase Nigerians away. saying that Nigerians are that, Nigerians are that. After chasing Nigerians, I think it was JB Danko, so I don't know. After chasing Nigerians away, what happened? Does it solve the problem of Ghana? That's where our problem comes. We begin to create socio-cultural destabilization. Tribalism was not enough. It came into nationalism, where this one thinks this one is a threat, and that one thinks the other one is a threat. And then at the end of the day, the very same people who think that kicking Nigerians away in Ghana could make Ghana a better country couldn't succeed. Ghana keep on getting worse, worse after worse. Under them and the imperialist masters that are controlling them. Up to today, Ghana has not ever been able to be better than any other African country in any way. The life of black man everywhere has always remained the same. And by the early 1980s, it became clear that Ghana, despite kicking Nkrumah out of power, could no longer maintain themselves. Ghanaians have to leave because they had nowhere to go except Nigeria. That is the next home, as well as Ghana is the next home for Nigerians. Nigeria, on its own part, when it begin to have problem, begin to say Ghana must go. But they did that not because Ghanaians must go, per se, but because they wanted to retaliate against the government. That is also why the government seems to be a mess in Africa, because the government also cannot allow the people to live in peace among themselves. Always we look for one thing or the other to accuse. But despite the accusation, it doesn't solve the problem. President Yombi of Congo-Brazzaville kicked all Africans out of Congo-Brazzaville in 1970s. The same blame. And then, after kicking them out, what happened? Kick them out and take their shops and businesses and share to the Congolese so they could love him, because they're complaining about foreign African national. We don't complain about white man. White men come and loot millions. We call them investors. Only when we see our fellow African feeling hungry, then we know that he is a threat. And then, after kicking them out today, where is Congo? The kicking out didn't work. By 1992, Nigerians were deported en masse from Gabon with accusation of crime and everything. When they want to do it, instead of arresting the criminals or anybody who is wrong, they identify the whole mass and make it a mob psychology. So everybody just look for a reason. Government. Today, has Gabon become a paradise after Nigerians were deported in 1992? What problem had it solved? What problem has been solved in Congo or Ghana, even in Nigeria? In 1980s or middle 80s, Zimbabwe was like that. When you come to Zimbabwe as a black man, they call you Ngongongo. You come to eat our food. They think they are a paradise. Foolish people. Now, what is going on? Zimbabweans are jumping border to go to South Africa, going to look for food. After insulting people and dividing them, where are you now, Mr. Zim Ngongongo? Hey, black man. Now it is South Africa now. We go there, they call you Kwere Kwere. The white man is their investor who is looting millions. They don't talk. When a white man talk, you see them, they shiver. They die like, I don't know why. Once a South African see a white man, he die, he become obedient. He die like you pour him a cold water in his mind. He's very calm and quiet. As soon as you see a Nigerian, then they sparkle. Because the Nigerians are very stubborn. I love myself. There is one thing I love with Igbo people from where I come from. Igbo men are not people you suppress like that. They are very intelligent in identifying economic resources, where economic resources can be achieved, and they are very competent. South Africans are suffering today because they did not cooperate well with the Igbos of Nigeria. South Africans are useless people. They are idiots. I can say it with clarity. They are responsible for that problem. If South Africans had cooperated with Nigeria, Nigerians would have opened the way for them to be highly economically competent in that very country. The black people don't know Mozambique, South Africa, Angola, Zimbabwe. They never know that somebody could go to scrapyard, go and buy a accidentally damaged car, come and fix it and sell. Those things were done only by Indians and white people. When Nigeria came, they jumped in, began to compete. This is why people don't like us. It's not like Nigerians commit the worst criminal. We don't allow people to manipulate us so much. We find means to attack, find means to get our own thing done, and people don't like it. That is why they create media hype. Everywhere they say Nigeria is a thief, Nigeria is a con. Listen here. A criminal is an intelligent person. Of course, it's an intelligent that sometimes are used in the wrong place or for a wrong reason. But you cannot. Nigerians are intelligent. There is no doubt about that. I'm not saying it because I'm a Nigerian. Nigerians are competent. They're intelligent. Intelligent in crime, intelligent and non-crime. You can't tell me that somebody go and buy a car, come and fix it, and resell it to make sure it's a crime. It's just because they are competing with white man. Don't talk about drug in business. Drug business in South Africa. It's not Nigerians who got the drug business in South Africa. White man is the one dealing on drugs. Nigerians are powerful people who come and they find out that money can be gotten into they quickly get themselves involved. The people who, the ANC themselves are dealing on drugs to be able to get money and finance what they are doing. Recently, a minister of South Africa, his wife was caught on drug business. Minister of Security. As the minister, he said he didn't know about his wife's dealings. So how can you be a minister of state security? You don't know that your wife has traveled outside the country to go and bring drugs. When they bring it, they share it on the ground with some big Nigerians. The big Nigerians say take it and share it on ordinary ones on the street. They sell it and return the money for them. The very same people will come and tell you that Nigerians are criminal after using Nigerians to sell drugs. You think we don't know what is going on? They go, when their people feel hungry, don't know what to do, they go and create xenophobia. Xenophobia don't happen from ordinary people. Xenophobia is sponsored by politicians. It's a well-orchestrated hatred by the politicians of South Africa. The influential people, those people who are telling you Africa, they are not, they are hypocrites. They are the ones sponsoring other people. Those Indunas that are there in hostels, they were the ones. The Indunas are connected to politicians. So when the politicians pump them money, they buy some beer and the drugs and give their low-level people who go and attack people and destroy people's business. Telling you about xenophobia. That's what we are good in. So who is benefiting from all these things? This one is Gweregwere, the other one is Gongongo, the other one is Ghana must go, the other one is Nigerians are evil, the other one is just stories. What have you get from all these things? The mindset. We need to change it. Otherwise, we won't go anywhere. We are building a new Africa. Go to our website, www.pmau.org, and see what we put in place and see how you can respond so you can move Africa forward into a new and better direction.